Hey everyone, in this short video we just want to talk a little bit about fruit and fructose.
And how it gives you diabetes.
Yeah, exactly. How it gives you diabetes. Or at least that's what people think, or some people I should say. The reason we want to do this video is because there really is a pervasive belief out there that sugar is bad and that means all sugar. And while yes, sugar at like a molecular level doesn't really matter where it comes from. It's, glucose is glucose, fructose is fructose. That completely ignores the food matrix that the sugar is being supplied in. And so something like sugar-sweetened beverages, which are consistently associated with worse health outcomes and, increased energy intake and obesity, diabetes, and a host of metabolic dysfunctions, you can't conflate that with fruit sugar at all.
And that has a lot to do with it being fructose and it not spiking your blood sugar as much, and the fiber too, right?
Yeah, the fiber slows down the absorption of sugar. It's usually fructose and glucose in more even ratios. But even for the fructose component specifically, fruit comes with a bunch of things that help negate any theoretical impact it would have on liver fat, for example, such as fiber and water that make fruit filling and very difficult to overconsume, polyphenols that are beneficial for the microbiome, lead to the creation of short-chain fatty acids that are beneficial for the liver, and polyphenols that just directly benefit the liver itself. I know that you're
I know a lot of people that have diabetes have no issue with fructose, straight fructose powder even.
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because, well, what they're measuring is blood glucose levels, and fructose doesn't nominally increase blood glucose levels because it's fructose. But I think that this gets into a larger issue, which is that a lot of people think that fructose and sugar in general, but specifically fructose, cause liver fat and like fatty liver, I should say.
Yeah.
And that's simply not, theoretically, like the routes are there. The way fructose increases fat synthesis within the liver at a mechanistic level, the logic is completely there. But experimentally,
that's not what shows, though.
Yeah, experimentally in humans, that's not what happens. When you use radioactive fructose isotopes to follow its metabolic path through human bodies, you find that like half of it's converted to glucose, a quarter into lactate, 15% or so into glycogen, and the remaining 10% is either oxidized for energy or turned into fatty acids to be stored based on the requirements of the individual. So most of the fructose isn't actually becoming fat within the liver.
Yeah.
And even in overfeeding studies, I know of at least one experimental study that was in college students, and it had them overeat by about 700 calories per day for, we'll say 2 months. And they overate on either pure fruit of their choice, it was mostly apples and bananas, or they overate on nuts. And what happened is, despite overeating, the fruit had no impact on their glucose, insulin, liver fat levels, or body composition. It was pretty benign. So this idea that eating fruit, and comparing the effects of eating fruit to drinking a sugary beverage, it just can't happen.
No, but do you think it's best for someone that's doing like athletic events?
Fructose, well, yeah, if you're using carbohydrate feeding during an athletic event, having small amounts of fructose alongside your glucose increases overall carbohydrate absorption because they use different transporters in the intestinal tract. Really, I can't think of a single...
But as for refeeds, I would definitely stick to glucose and not fructose.
Yeah, I think...
for that kind of...
Yeah.
That's getting a little complex.
Yeah, that's more in the body composition realm. That's like nuanced to... for very specific goals and endpoints.
I think it should be mentioned, though, because people are going to hear this and be like, oh, I'm going to refeed on a bunch of fruit.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's best.
No, because you want more glucose that's able to get right into your bloodstream and go into muscle.
Maybe even grapes.
But yeah, for general health purposes, there really is no convincing data that consuming fruit is detrimental for health.
And it restores liver glycogen better, right?
Yes, and that's because the fructose is preferentially metabolized by the liver.
That's what I have a lot of my clients, if they're waking up a lot at night, to incorporate fructose.
What about at night, like before they go to bed? So it's right there.
It depends on the person. Yeah, I mean, if they pair it with some fat, then it's usually okay, but some people are fat-phobic, so context.
Okay. So yeah, fruit, generally speaking, is either not going to do anything or it's going to benefit your health. That's pretty much just what the research shows. So, yeah, that was our spiel on fruit and fructose. So if you like this video, then great. That's what we're trying to do. And if you know someone who is scared of fruit, sugar, and you need to share this video with them,
like your low-carb pals.
Exactly. Thanks.